Wait.
Hello.
Ah.
I'm so in love with this sofa.
The sofa's very good. Very cozy.
I wonder if my handprints are still there. Yeah, so they told me this sofa would mark quite easily. And then I was lying there with my hand like on the cushion and I was like feeling it because it feels velvety. And now I don't know if you can see that, but you can see my handprints. Oh, don't know if you can see it. It's gonna be really annoying if you can't.
You
can kind of see it there. You can see my handprints on the cushions now. So I'm hoping that that comes out.
I'll make sure I won't sit on this couch naked. Today is a lovely day.
It's a really nice day. Yeah, I might go for a walk actually.
Yeah, I feel like I might go for a run because they're talking about this UK isolation thing, aren't they? Like they're actually going to lock down the UK in terms of like, because I know in Italy, there's certain parts of Italy that you can't go out even for a run now.
Yeah, you need to have like the proper credentials.
Yeah, you can't, even like if you're running on your own, you're not allowed to.
To be fair, I kind of think that's what they're advising now.
Yeah.
For here.
Yeah.
Which is why, because I thought about going for a run yesterday, but then I got scared.
It's a hard one because when there's not a rule like in place, like a law, and there's a massive grey area, people are going to do things like, so if Boris Johnson's saying stuff like, I advise not to do that stuff, or it wouldn't be in your best interest to do that, people are not going to follow that. You know what I mean? Like you have to be like, you can't go out. Like,
well, it's just life isn't that cut and dry and that black and white. Like people are. There's people who are still just going to work every day.
Yeah.
Because their work is saying, unless you've got it, like unless you've actually got coronavirus, in which case stay home. But if that's not the case, then you have to come into work or we're not going to pay you. So there are people who just can't afford to lose out on that wage, and so are still going to work and are still risking.
They probably got like still public transport's going as well, so they're on buses and trains.
So unless Boris Johnson actually says we are on lockdown, you need to stop public transport, everyone has to stop going to work. We'll figure out what that means for people, wage-wise and money-wise, financially. But unless he actually gives some actual rules, people are kind of just like, can I go for a walk? Can I go for a run? Am I supposed to be at work? The transport's still running, so...
Yeah, so people will go for runs, people will go out and whatever. Obviously, like, I'm not condoning people going to, like, purposely going to public places, like...
Going to the pub.
Going to the pub and, like, high-fiving all your mates when you get in there. So obviously, not that, but going to the park to maybe walk your dog.
Yeah.
Rather than the back garden, you know, stuff like that. I don't think it's a bit,
Yeah, no one knows. Just no one knows what's
right or wrong,
allowed and what isn't, and what's advisable and what isn't.
I should be Prime Minister.
What would be your first thing as Prime Minister?
What, realistically? Or like if I could do something fun?
Both. Give me one of both.
What's a realistic change I could make?
I know what my realistic change would be because I've been saying it for years.
Go on then, you go.
You know, it's like mostly like Jubilee line stations where they have the things that cover the tracks. It's like an extra set of doors on the tracks to stop people like getting onto the tracks or like jumping onto the track. How many times? Take a shot every time I say track.
Amazing track.
I want that on all stations. Because surely that would like reduce the amount of...
I feel that's more a Mayor of London thing. I was thinking big picture, like making dentistry free all the time. So you know, you get to 18, then you're like, oh, I've got to fill in. They're like, yeah, it's 50 quid.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you little. Imagine dentistry was just free all the time.
How would you do that? Have like a I don't know. A
tax
special a special tax. A tooth tax.
And I'll go down as like the tooth fairy. Like they'd be like, oh, the Prime Minister, my nickname would be like tooth fairy. I don't know if that works. But like that's just the top of my head. But I think that'd be quite cool. Because teeth are pretty important. And imagine if you just went to a dentist and you could and they would just sort you out. And you're like, oh, don't worry about it, you pay your tax.
Yeah. I had to have an emergency. Was it an emergency root canal? It was an emergency something years ago, and it was £700, and it made me feel sick.
Oh man, like my braces. I used to have braces, and I got my braces on when I was 22, 21. So I was in my third year at theatre school, and my teeth were pretty crooked, and I was like, in my head, I was like, I need to have straight teeth, like, and it sounds really vain and very like materialistic and whatever. Not materialistic, but you know what I mean. Like, what's the word? Not superficial.
Yeah.
That I had to have straight teeth because I was going into the acting industry, but you sort of, in a weird way, teeth are important still. Anyway, so I got this these braces behind my teeth. Long story short, altogether they were £5,000 to do for 2 years.
It is mad, isn't it?
So yeah, that's what I do. Free dentistry. I'm a jokey one. What would I do for a jokey one?
I'd make all theatres dog friendly or pet friendly, because some of them aren't, and I wish they were, because it's the best thing in the world when someone brings their dog in.
Yeah, it's really good.
Alfie Bow used to bring his dog, and Matt Lucas used to bring their dogs in.
Okay. In my head then I was thinking, that's a lot of dogs in the auditorium.
No.
I was like, everyone's gonna have dogs, and it's like these dogs just like, like you're doing like an emotional scene, and like these dogs start like bonking.
No, I meant like
backstage. Yeah, okay, I'm up for that.
Because sometimes there's people who can only, like Jenny O'Leary, I remember she could only get someone to look after her dog Monday through Friday, but not Saturday. So she used to ask if she could bring her dog in on the Saturdays, and it was the best. What
about, I might be putting someone in it here, but you can be very vague. What about the story about the Haymarket with that dog?
I can't tell that story.
You have to name names.
I can't tell that story. I'll get in so much trouble.
I can say it.
I've got so, and I'm sure you have as well, but there's so many stories like that where I'm like, I can't tell that story. That's too. We'll get in trouble for telling that story. And it's so annoying because there's so many stories. My friend Louise, I think she said a few days ago on Instagram, Louise Pentland, she was like, one day I'm just going to tell all of those stories, and she calls it a swan song, which is like, one day I'm just going to let rip everything that's happened, all the things I actually think and feel. And I feel like, because hers is sort of like regarding YouTube and her life, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'd love to do that, like theatre-wise, and be like, here's all the stories I never told you that I wasn't allowed to.
Like a book.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I've had a lot of stories out there.
When I'm about to retire. What would your jokey thing be?
I don't know what my jokey thing would be. Well, I have those things in London. Alright, I say this, it's not really a jokey thing, but they do have it somewhere that in London, not in London, but in other cities in the world, they have a fast lane for walking. That's
genius. Do you know what I was actually going to say before you said that? I thought your jokey thing would be put a scooter lane.
Oh, is it?
Put a scooter lane in the roads. So you have like bike lane, like pavement, bike lane, scooter lane.
You could have a whole lane. It's like bike, scooter, pogo stick, wheelbarrow. Just you mate to work. He's late. But eating a croissant. That's good acting, wasn't it?
Like he's cycling though.
No, he's actually his legs like bouncing up and down. Oh. His mates behind him. He's late.
So when you said wheelbarrow, I thought you meant like wheelbarrow, like when you do wheelbarrow races, when you've got someone on their hands and someone grabbing their feet.
No, like an actual gardening wheelbarrow.
Oh, okay. Like an actual wheelbarrow.
Yeah. So somewhere in the world, there's a fast walking lane, and I don't know where it is. But yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
I'd love a one Oyster card barrier that's designated for people who think their card might not work.
Genius. That's really good.
Because there's so many times where I'm like, my card didn't work on the bus, and now I've got to get out at Piccadilly Circus station, or it didn't work like at the quiet end. And now I'm on a train, and now I don't know if this is going to work or not. And Piccadilly Circus is like renowned for being ridiculously busy, and you've always got like 40 angry Londoners behind you. So if you press your card on that machine and it goes beep, 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 and it's like seek assistance, you're like, oh, I'm really sorry, and you've got to like, because usually the next person is like right up your ass behind you, like ready to go. So it'd be so good if there was a barrier that was designated just for people who want to just test their card to make sure that it...
Yeah.
And if it works, it will let you through. But if it doesn't, everyone else knows not to go to that barrier and wait behind you, because that's for people who it might not work.
That's good. It's that same sort of pressure. I think I tweeted about this years ago. That pressure is, for me, you know when you're on like a busy train and then it stops at a station and everyone's getting off and there's like the button to press open or close, and you're that person next to open, and for some reason you're just like staring at the button like, everyone come on, turn green, everyone's behind me. Have you heard that pressure before?
Yeah.
And you're like, and everyone's like looking at you, like thinking, is he going to press that button? And you're like, in your head thinking, I'm waiting until it goes green.
See, I put my hand on it, because the amount of, if I've ever left it and not put my hand on it, and as soon as it goes green, everyone behind me reaches for it.
Yeah, or you got to reach it and they're like, come on, like, all right. That's pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
So I put my hand on it so people know that I'm on it. I've got it. I know that I've got to press it. I know that I am the chosen one.
I think I've seen you do that before. Right. Thanks so much for popping by again.
Come to my channel tonight.
Good morning, world. Cut my hand. Yeah. Hi, everyone. It's a bit emotional.